Howdy all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome to episode 23, part 5 of my Let's Play Transport Fever 2. In the previous episode, we built our extension to connect to the town of Kandy, where we'll be able to finally deliver loads of food and machinery in to help the town grow, and eventually to serve the local candy factory. Candy factory. More like the candy coffee roasting facility, with coffee berries from the local plantations. With the extension later on to go past these fields, through these mountains, and then into this town of Nyangana, which will basically be the end of the line on this northern section. But first, we need to basically help with this task of delivering... What? How is it starting to go already? Never mind. First of all, let's build a trolley system around the town. A well-placed trolley system could basically help deliver people around town much more quicker. Let's connect the shops, the factories, and the residential districts. Let's place down this, and set up a new route. This will be known as Trolley Service A1, and this will be Trolley Service A2, as we're going to operate more than just one trolley service on this island. Alright, it's all green, well, all yellow, orange, and now we'll purchase our horse-drawn streetcars. Assign one to that, and the other to that. And then let's get some passenger services set up. Alright. We'll have to connect the town of Gampa, which will be using track 3. It's basically... Is it this color? Yeah, it's this one. It will travel from there towards this town of Lower Amposa. It will be on
The
track
coffee
3.
industry in Ceylon is still very traditional. Most of the work is done by hand. Transport brand new English machines to the town of Novara Elia, the center of the coffee region, so that productivity can be increased.
Okay, now our next task is to basically deliver machinery to this village high up in the mountains. Even though we just got our transport system started. And line 1 has some problems. I know the reason. It's because the signals haven't been placed down. Sure, there's already some signals already. But, however, these signals need to be added. Oh yeah, double slip switch. No wonder. Anyway, we'll place down a departure signal here, and another set of signals here. Okay, semaphore here. Signal there. Alright, let's see. Red, red, yellow, yellow. Let's see. Then it's yellow, yellow here. Then red, red. We'll place down another signal on this track, and a signal on this. This. I meant this. And this. And basically add another signal to this one. And a departure signal on the track out of the station. Alright. Let's see. Right. Do is just place a departure signal here, and a signal there, and add another signal here, and one of these here, and then we'll add the rest of these signals, and then we'll finally start connecting these services with lines, and hopefully we can finally get some services started up, because we gotta earn all that money back that we had spent for the construction of this line. I wish there was a tool on where I could basically find out how much money my vehicles would need to earn by collecting passengers or dropping off cargo at specific areas on how, and see how much money I would need to earn in order for me to basically see if that line that I built was a profitable choice or it basically was not. Let's basically smooth this land out too. I also gotta set up this double slip switch track. And just place down the signals. Alright. That should do it. But now we'll have to focus on connecting this to the main line. If we could, we just need to get started on delivering coffee. Maybe I might be able to put down a small pair of platforms in this area. As long as it doesn't break my budget. Ooh, 170. Let's see if we can get it up to 65 million pounds. And let's just place this station here. Collision. There's no way my trolley system will be able to get through that. And I basically forgot to take care of placing down tracks here. Great. And somehow my game has decided to basically be less laggy than it was in the last episode. I don't know. Sometimes this game confuses me. Alright. There's a branch that will basically spur off to the coffee plantations to pick up coffee berries. All the while, I'll need to... This bridge will be built over the railway. Connect, and then connect up here, and then add the trolley route. Perfect. Now the trolleys can easily go over over the railway without it getting in the way of anything. There's not going to be a whole bunch of coffee around these parts. I could deliver some by road, but this one right here named near Gampola will basically be a good start. I know it looks a little bit inefficient to basically have it transported by rail when it can easily be delivered by road. I want to have at least a small branch line to serve it. I also got to get rid of these platforms too. Okay. Do that. We'll have to build another tunnel. Build over this road, and then connect here. Place down some signals here as well. And according to the rule, 1 coffee berry equals 1 unit of coffee beans. Production and shipment can be up to 200. That's basically quite a good amount. Alright. That signal will be replaced as I will build the coffee factory extension here. Do that, and then just basically connect both ends. Though I gotta make sure that this road looks at least pretty enough. I know, I'm a bit of a stickler for details, but sometimes it's important to make a game look good, especially if you're making a YouTube series like I am. Alright. We'll actually place down a couple more signals here. And with that done, we can get started on local train B. Local train C. And local train D. Alright. Then we'll set up a freight train to pick up coffee berries and take it to the factory. This will be known as Freight Train C1. Coffee berries. Full load any. 10 minutes. Blue. And to make sure that we have plenty of these vehicles, we'll just copy one of these and copy both of these and assign train 7 to service B, this one to service C, and this one to service D. And my vehicles have now started to age pretty badly. Might as well give them a bit of a cleanup. Train 2. Oh, I set it for that instead of the local train A. Speaking of which, train A, B, C, D. Alright. It's all good now. Now when my train's exiting the station, it's now time to basically get a train to service that coffee plantation. We'll use... We'll use an overall saddle take shunter A, early A, and these coffee berries will be picked up with these covered goods wagons. $280 units seems logical. It won't produce a lot, but it should at least provide some wagons to be filled. Or on second thought, let's basically put it down to 140 instead. And this train will pick up the coffee beans and bring it down here on track 1. Full load, 10 minutes. And let me guess. Yep, no double slip switch. Freight train D1, coffee beans, and oh goodness sake. What now? Ah, there we go. Sometimes these problems will not be corrected unless you press that wrench. Okay. Now with the coffee berry train in action, let's basically add these wagons to carry the loads of coffee beans down towards the port. Yeesh. Put it on the coffee bean service. And now we gotta figure out a way to get these machinery and food into town. I think we could basically build over the railway by building a bridge. Alright. We'll use a stone viaduct as usual. It's gonna be a bit of a tight clearance, but it should look pretty good. We'll connect that. And then we'll basically place down a 2-truck platform truck station and expand both ends to the very limits and add several freight houses in order to store these commodities so they won't basically clutter up the station. Alright. That basically will hold up 175 units. Speaking of which, yeah, 370. And now I'll have to set up a pair of wagon convoys to pick up one load and take it into town. Let's see. We'll drop one set will head into the industrial district, the other into the commercial district. So machines and food will be delivered to their respective destinations. This will be known as Wagon Convoy A1, F for food, and the M for machinery. What? Oh! Dang, I forgot about that connection. There we go. Much better. This will be green. We'll have a full load. But the commodities that's only ever be picked up here on this one is machines. This one is only picking up food. Also at the same time, because of its location, I can also deliver coffee beans down via a wagon convoy from the nearby plantations. Thus, it will increase the amount of coffee that's being roasted into fresh beans from the berry. Let's actually set up one right now. Let's basically place one here, and then start expanding out. Though, the textures around here will have to basically be removed a little. Alright. Build curve. Go straight, and then connect here. Terrain tools. Get rid of that. At least make some room for the trucking station. It's small, but it will do. This will be known as Wagon Convoy B, and it will be filled with coffee berries and bringing into Kandy to be processed. Right. Let's get our vehicles for this. Let's see. Let's place down a road vehicle depot here. By 10 for Wagon Convoy A1 and Wagon Convoy, and another 10 for that, and another 10 for the coffee berry deliveries. And finally, it's time for our freight train to pick up loads from the harbor, from the Colombo Exchange, and deliver it to this one. However, this is going to be full to the brim with food products. So this will be known as Freight Train E1A, which is going to be E1, which is going to be food. And the other one is going to be known as E2, which is boasted. Which will be Freight Train E2 to carry machinery. And of course, I'm adding the destination of Kandy, so I won't get confused on what destination these are going to. Machines, unload. Now, let's have a look at the locomotives that we can use for the new harbor. Let's actually use one of these 040 tender engines and several of these plank wagons. Let's see. Actually, let's try something a little different. It's going to be a very small train. So let's actually basically add about 240 of these and a brake van to operate on the harbor line. Alright, we'll put it to work on the Colombo harbor line. Then we'll basically get a pair of these goods engines to handle these loads. Actually, let's make it about 210 for both. 14.8 for both, for one, nearly 30 million pounds. Jeez, this is gonna be so expensive, but I'm hoping it's at least worth it. We'll leave it there, purchase both, and put it onto E1 and E2. Alright. There goes the train to go to pick up the coffee berries. Here's train 11, train 12, and behind it will be train 13 and train 14. As of now, the harbor is starting to fill up with commodities, both being machinery and food. Once it's picked up, it'll take it over this little line to this exchange dock, where the commodities will be dropped off, and then the trains will pick up their loads. Perfect. Both platforms are automatically set for the 2 trains, and my vehicles should now start basically getting back to the very good condition. We'll put this back at normal levels. Ooh, might as well increase the signal. I need to shorten the signal distance between these 2. I just realized that I built a wooden trestle when it should have been a stone viaduct. Great. But, c'est la vie. Alright. Our trolley service is actually doing pretty well. It's making a bit of a profit. The coffee berry plantation is already in full swing, and coffee berries are being loaded up. And there's already coffee berries waiting to be picked up by rail by the little train. I just realized I haven't even connected this section. Let's add that. The coffee berry train will arrive on platform 2 and unload. Alright. A nice load of coffee berries to be picked up, and it will be delivered down to the port, and we still have plenty of time to get this task finished. Speaking of which, our commuter trains are actually starting to pick up pace. Except for the one here, because I haven't set a bus route for it yet. Okay. Let's connect Silver Street to 16th Street. This will be bus service C. Put a yellow. Okay, build a bus depot. And then just get about 4 of these and put it to work. Speaking of which, I wonder how my company is doing in value, so to speak. Because we have been transporting a bit of money, and we have been making a profit over time, I guess. Or maybe not. Our company score is 3, and we still have this shack. That begs the question, too. We also gotta get some of these new signal boxes installed, too, for the stations. LMS, wood, Gabriel, end, side, right end, auto, both. This cost about 10,000 British pounds. Guess I'll have to take out a bit of another loan. 130 million. We'll place this here. Wood, Gabriel end, left, no. Well, auto, yes. Wood, and LMS. We'll place this. We'll actually build one on the. Well, actually, let's just put it on the same. Ooh, that slope track will not look good for that one. So let's just put it on this side instead. We'll do that and that. But of course, we also gotta build the small one for the junction. However, for this branch line one, we'll just put it at black because it's only gonna be one point. Alright. The coffee beans are now being produced. Cool. This train actually delivered over 112 units. made over a profit of 566,000 pounds. That's actually really great. Speaking of which, trains are now waiting patiently at the station. And that train has just delivered the loads that we need. It's filled up with machinery and is taken up towards Kandy, while food is still waiting to be picked up. All the while, I think our company is doing pretty well. It just needs a little bit more food, though. But this new service was splitting the loads between making one side of the train 50% and the other 50%. It's really helped out a whole bunch. So, in hindsight, I think this will be a good ending point for today's episode. So, if you enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play at Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!